Welcome to week 7. So we're looking at financing public education. We have objective 23 this week, so explore and discuss governance and financing of public schools. You have the chapter lecture like always, you have your chapter quiz like always, and you also have assessment 2. So last week we finished up assessment 1, this week we're looking at assessment 2. Now assessment 2 is a group project. So we have your assessment information and then a group discussion area, so that way you can plan how you're going to do this group assignment. So let's look at both of these items. Your group discussion. So this is the one where you have a Supreme Court case and you're relating it to education, right? You're going to present this. So in your discussion, you're going to introduce yourselves, decide on a Supreme Court case that your group will research, decide how you're going to present it, so either using something like Microsoft PowerPoint, Google Slides, Microsoft Sway, Adobe Spark, Canva, something where everybody can work on it together. Decide who's going to start it and how you will share and edit it, and then who's going to answer which questions, and then who's going to submit it. So lots of things to decide. Hopefully you can kind of split up the items, right, so that the work is evenly distributed amongst everybody. Now let's look at assessment 2 and what you'll be doing. So you have the rubric to look at. When it's time to submit, right, one person needs to submit. So for this, you are looking at a Supreme Court case. And if you click the link, it will take you to the Supreme Court where you can look at different cases that they've had. Remember, the one for this class has to relate to education. This is an education class. You are going to find at least one source and 3 images. You don't have to worry about APA format for this one. It's more about researching the Supreme Court and relating it to education. So the questions, right? What's the name of the case? What's it about? When was it tried? So that's one set of questions. One person needs to answer that. Or you can do like pairs. That way you can check your work to make sure it's accurate. What were the decisions as it got to the Supreme Court level, right? Cases don't just go straight to Supreme Court. They work through a levels of process. So that's one. Another question, who was involved in the case? So what was it? Parents? Was it a district? Was it schools? Was it teachers? And then what were the findings? So what did they say? What were some memorable quotes from the justices? So sometimes the justices give statements or they're quoted on things, and those kind of have some bearing in society. And then finally, what are some implications that teachers should be aware of? And think about, well, have the Supreme Court overturned it? Or have states kind of made their own interpretations or extended those Supreme Court findings? So those are the 6 questions that you'll be focusing on. Split those 6 questions up as a group. And make sure you all claim them in that discussion forum we were talking about. There are some resources that give you the Supreme Court landmark cases. If you click there, you can kind of see all of the landmark cases, and then if I press Control F or Command F, I can type education and then kind of see, some Board of Education things. It also might be board. So look for some things that were, landmark cases, cases of importance. If I come to that Supreme Court website again, you can also search for cases there, the filings, the rulings, all of those things. So some different options for your group to consider as you're picking a case and then splitting up the questions. This case will be due at the end of week 9, so you have about 3-4 weeks. If you need extra time, please reach out to me, let me know, and then we'll go from there. If the assignments are made, I don't want it to end up where one person in the group ends up doing all of the work. So in the discussion board, make sure the assignments are clear, who's answering what questions. even if one person's not participating in the discussion group, give them the questions that they're responsible for, and that will be how I use to grade each of the students. So make sure the work is distributed amongst the 4, 5, or 6 people in your group, and then do not don't supplement the work or don't do multiple people's works. Just do your part and submit that. That way each person will get their individual grade. And the idea is that everyone does their part and it works together and it comes to one group project. But we've all had one experience, hopefully not more than that, where things don't work out exactly as planned. And so I don't want it to stress, to add undue stress or anything like that. So again, please reach out to me if you have any questions or need more information on anything.